Hi, this is Scott with Android Guys. I'm here with Luke.
Hey,
Luke,
what's up?
it's I think it's time for you to share something
Yeah.
tell us about something, review.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the floor is yours.
Okay.
I'll give you all the time you want.
All right.
What are you going to do with it?
All right. So I've been practicing some Fortnite dances.
Yes. Let me record these for the TikToks.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what? Actually, before we get into that, I'll talk about a game I've been playing.
Okay, if there's time left, we'll record.
Yeah, we'll circle back to the gritty or whatever I'm gonna do.
Oh God, take your time, bro.
Take your time. All right. So no, I've been playing this game. So this game was an advertisement. Between one of the other free to play games that that I play because I do that for seeing what's out there in the game world.
Well, we do it for the people listening to this, right?
Like we play these games so you potentially don't have to.
Ooh. So is that a spoiler alert?
Yes and no.
Okay.
So this game, it's not overall, it's not great.
Okay.
But it's free.
Okay.
So the game is Mob Control. We've all seen this game in ads. It's the game where you shoot these little men out of some sort of cannon, and they go through the multiplier on this path.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go through the ×2, if you have 2 guys, all of a sudden you have 4.
Right.
And then if they go through the ×3, all of a sudden you have 12 guys, and you're trying to get to the end. And there's other variations of having these people go through, and as they go up, they go higher technology in time. You go from guys with bow and arrows to guys with machine guns or whatever. So there's a couple different games out there like this, but some of these games are just they feed you that ad.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is nothing like that.
Oh, right.
This, surprisingly, is exactly what you see in the ad.
Okay.
So you're going through, you have this little cannon that you swipe left and right as you're holding down on the screen, and you'll shoot out these little army men. And as you go through these kind of gates or barriers, they all have different numbers on them, whether it's a +2, a ×2, a whatever.
You have to decide quickly.
Yeah, which way do I want to go? What am I trying to do? This game, as you hold down your finger and fire more army men, you build up to stronger guys. And once the meter gets full, you all of a sudden have these bigger guys that come out.
Okay.
These giants. And you're trying to get to the end of this path to destroy somebody else's city. So you're attacking a city. And this is very simple. It's like just blue, no face army men, just blue head and arms. And there's not even like shooting or guns or anything. They're just walking towards their target. But there are other red guys coming at you. And you're just trying to get your mob of guys bigger than their mob to get to the other person's city. And that's all the game is. But in that, you can upgrade your type of army guy. You can upgrade your cannon. You can upgrade your giants to be faster or be stronger or hit harder. So it's got a little bit more strategy in it. And you're also playing against other people. So while you're away from the game, other people can attack you. Okay. And they can steal your gold. And then you can retaliate and try and go and steal their gold. So I was a little surprised by this game that it wasn't a bait and switch. I thought for sure it was, I think the ad it showed a little bit of gameplay that said, think you can do better, or can you do better, or whatever.
Yes, of course I can.
It shows somebody making bonehead moves.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to go to the -2.
Oh,
You want to go to the ×4.
That's a whole known science of
Right.
hooking people for things.
Exactly. And so I was like, all right, I'll give in to this gimmick and see what they got. I expected it to be fully just a worker placement game, and you maybe have one thing of gameplay that's like the ad, and the rest is a completely different game, and it's just full of ads. Well, this, surprisingly, is all the gameplay is what I just experienced. Also, all the gameplay is what I just told you.
Oh, so it can be repetitive quickly, huh?
It gets repetitive. So for features, I gave it a 3.
Okay.
I gave it, a little above average because you do have the ability to upgrade your characters, and you do have kind of your own city that you're building. You're not making any choices. It's just a predetermined city. Based on how well you attack other people, you get these stars, and then you add the stars to your city to kind of build your city up.
Yeah.
So it's not, there's no control. It's just a way to give you incentive to attack people.
Right.
But that's all the game is anyway. So it kind of is like an unneeded incentive.
Mm-hmm.
So for feature wise, it's a little bit more than just, sending these guys in for no reason. Graphics wise, they're decent.
Yeah.
Decent graphics, decent audio. Nothing's really annoying. Replay value though. So those are 3s across the board. Replay value, I gave it a 2.5.
And that's a subjective number, right?
Yeah.
If this is the kind of game you like.
Yeah. If you really like that, if some people like that, quasi PvP kind of idea where you're attacking other people, they're passive. They're not actively fighting. So they'll have a defense, and they'll have the red guys that are trying to go against you, but it's not like they're actually doing it in real time. It's just they're using, their just made up defense.
Sure. And so you found pretty early on that it was just kind of like a one-trick pony.
Yeah, this is all the game is.
Okay.
There might be, as you upgrade your guys and add a different cannon or a different giant or a different army guy, there might be a slight change in strategy, but not much.
So enough to vary the game, but not enough to keep you coming back.
No. You
in particular. Okay. And I, as you describe it and I look at it, I could see myself feeling the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if I can do this quickly, figure out the math stuff and figure out what, am I going to the left side or the right side? I feel like after a half hour, I'd be like, okay, next. What am I doing?
And there isn't. So I think I was maybe looking for a little bit more of a puzzle.
Yeah.
And there isn't. It seems like the puzzle is just once you get to a certain level, you have to upgrade your guys.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't really matter which way you go. You just need to be faster or stronger. It's not like you have to make the right decision. You just have to constantly just upgrade.
Yeah. Some of these style of games that I've seen where it feels like you're going down a track.
Yeah.
And the left side will be plus 25 and the other side might be times 3.
Yeah.
And you got to figure out quickly which one's going to give me more.
Right.
And then you do that a few times and you want the most number of guys to cross the finish line.
Right.
Where here,
it's not really that.
It's a one-off decision.
It's just, can you get more faster?
Yeah.
It's not, can you get the best outcome? It's just, can you make more guys to overwhelm the other side? And then for the final category, as always, ads and notifications, I gave it a 2.
Okay. So it's pretty bad about.
It's an ad after every attack.
Yeah.
It's an ad. There's no, there's an ad. They'll let you upgrade something. You can watch an ad to not pay for it. There's a lot of, kind of, this is new in the store. There's these in-game notifications, kind of like if you unlock something new, it'll give you a little ticker in the kind of the card section.
Right.
Well, there's little tickers everywhere just telling you about new things in the shop. So it's almost borderline annoying.
Sure.
When you go to play it. Maybe if it was ad-free, it might be a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
But really the gameplay kind of tops out after a couple hours of play. So I don't know. That's why I said it's not great. If I'm describing this and you like those kind of math problem games, I think this, since it's free, it's worth checking out to see if it's up your alley. I could see the right person with the quasi PvP, this being a fun game for them. For me, I was looking for a little bit more strategy, and this is more of just, if you put the time in, you'll keep playing.
Yeah. So I'm looking through the Play Store at some of the comments. It's got an average score of 4.1 with 10 million installs.
Yeah.
But I think part of that comes from it's rated E for everyone.
Sure.
So I think that it's a low-hanging fruit game for people with kids.
Yep.
It's the kind of game that I could see them being okay to install and just play. And then kids, I don't think are going to care about ads at that age, at a really young age. But some of the comments and feedback, same thing. It's very fun, but there's an ad after every level, sometimes two.
Yeah.
They have things where there's ads for almost everything you do in the game, like fewer ads for an upgrade. Fun, and then it's just somebody says that they feel like the leaderboards and live battles were fake.
Right.
Have you encountered that?
I don't think I have played enough to be able to say that.
Okay.
But it doesn't feel like, that's why I kind of said quasi PvP. It shows that you're attacking somebody, and when people attack you, you can respond and attack them, but it doesn't feel like you're playing in real time at all. So it kind of doesn't really matter.
Okay.
It's just they're using the player base as a stand-in for enemies.
Sure.
So it's they don't have to create any part of a antagonist story. It's just you're playing against this person. You're not really, but we're going to say that's the player.
Gotcha. So that's Mob Control.
Yep.
You gave it an average score. It came out to 2.7.
Yeah.
Play Store, 10 million installs, 4.1.
Yeah.
So they say you don't know what you're talking about, Luke.
Hey, that's
but I
fair.
would listen to you because everything you're saying I can see.
Sure.
Having, let you experience that for me. So, okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you falling on the sword for me.
No problem, man. That's what I'm here for.
Thanks. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.